I just need you to sign right here. We went over these terms together.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Dated 21/23. Your Honor, may I approach? It's a
Yes,
plea.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. And thanks a lot. Thanks for
Morning, Mr.
allowing me,
Saylor.
Judge. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for allowing me to come today. I have to
Absolutely.
do this at the same time.
Yes, sir. Mr. Saylor, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You'll just give me 1 second, Mr. Saylor. Good. Mr. Saylor, did you read the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Did you discuss it with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Taylor, you're wringing your hands. Is there something psychologically that's going on that,
No, I'm just nervous.
okay, you okay? Any questions
I'm
for me or your attorney or the state?
I'm fine, yeah.
Okay. Understand everything that's in this writing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Saylor, I do accept your plea. Other than I don't know what the adjudication is, nothing's checked.
It's a withhold of adjudication,
Good.
Your Honor. I'm sorry. I think I stated it in the plea.
You did.
I'm sorry if I
Thank
didn't
you.
check it.
No, sir, I looked at the line. Good. Mr. Saylor, adjudication is withheld. You're sentenced to 2 years probation on counts 1 through 3, and 1 year probation on count 4. All of the sentences are to run concurrently, run at the same time. You'll need to pay the $615 in court costs and perform 50 hours of community service work. There is a $40 per month cost of supervision. You'll need to pay that too.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And Judge, I would just like to inform on the record, we talked about Mr. Saylor's case before, and he did call me and he did
Good.
come by my office, but what I want to state to the court, Your Honor, just for the record, that I haven't done any depositions on this, and I informed my client about it, and he was fine with it to play as is.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, other than Mr. Vortenbaum, any other business before the court?
Judge, we have Mr. Signed with Mr. Keach. Mr. Keach was supposed to be on his way, is my understanding.
Right, okay.
Judge, I do have a score sheet for Mr. Saylor's case, if I may approach.
Please. Thanks for being accurate. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Vortenbaum, come on back up. I did give the original of your motion to Madam Clerk. I made a copy and highlighted it and read through it over the break. So to the state, on Mr. Vortenbaum's motion, it says to amend a motion to suppress, but I think it's an amended motion to suppress. You want the court to hear that now? Is the state think we need to set it for a different time? What do you want to do?
Judge, I think we've already litigated all of this previously in his prior motions. I don't see anything changing in this as far as the allegations and things that are in this motion to amend a motion to suppress. So I think this motion is moot, Judge. We've already litigated all the issues that he's presented. So at this point, I would just ask to strike the motion.
Okay. Mr. Vortenbaum, what's different about this motion than the previous motion?
Video.
Okay. So, to the state, why wouldn't the court need, if he's offering that into evidence in support of this, why wouldn't the court need to view that?
there is no video presented to the court at this point. I don't know, I think he put some timestamps in here, but there's no evidence, there's no witnesses.
Okay, Mr. Wardenbaum, so that was what I was asking the state. Are you ready for the hearing on the amended motion to suppress?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so Mr. Wardenbaum, it's your motion. It's your time to present evidence that supports the motion. It's your time to argue the motion.
Sure.
Okay? So if you want to testify, I'll put you under oath.
Sure.
Okay? If you'll raise your right hand. Yes, ma'am.
Make sure that if Mr. Bordenbaum testifies at this point, that anything he says, the state will retain a copy of today's hearing, and anything that he says as far as whether or not he was driving, all of that would be used at trial on Monday.
Understand. Mr. Wardenbaum, do you understand that?
I do.
Okay. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down. So, again, just know that everything's being recorded.
Sure.
It can be used against you. I don't base my ruling on the motion to suppress just on what's in writing. This is just an argument, and the court has to have facts
Sure.
in order to support, to fulfill what you're arguing in writing. So
Right.
you tell me or enter evidence
Sure.
or whatever you wish to do.
Well, the David report, the police report states that.
Objection, Judge.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
police report is not being offered at this time.
Okay, so your objection is what?
Arguing facts, not in evidence.
Okay, sustained.
I'd like to put the police report as evidence.
Do you have a copy
I
of
do.
it? Okay. Mr. Vorderman, bring up your paperwork. That's good. Yep,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
okay. And if you'll show it to the state first?
Sure.
Judge, the state would object. There's no witness to offer this into evidence at this point. There's no one to authenticate this as a record.
It's got the police, it's got the,
First off, pull the arrest report or the report that you're seeking to put into evidence, pull it out and let's mark it for
Sure.
identification.
you got it, Your Honor.
And if you'll just show the state first. So we'll mark that as Defendant's Exhibit A.
There's also markings throughout this record that the
got another
state
copy.
cannot authenticate as well.
I've got another copy. Sure, that'll work.
Do we need probation? Well, we've got to wait on Mr. Sain's case, right? Okay, thank you. Okay, so if I can see it first and then I'll give it to Madam Clerk. Okay, so you're seeking to move this incident report into evidence, and the state's objection is what?
Lack of foundation, Judge, and lack of authentication.
Okay. So Mr. Vordenbaum stating, I was handed this isn't enough of a foundation for the court to enter it into evidence.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Vordenbaum, any other arguments regarding your Exhibit A?
Just that it should be entered into evidence. I mean,
Okay. Exhibit A is not admitted into evidence.
basis of, why is it not?
It doesn't, there's no foundation for the court to enter it into evidence.
Even though it has the sheriff's office stamp?
Yes, sir.
Well, how do I get that in?
I can't give you,
You can't tell me?
can't give you legal advice.
I guess.
Then I'm biased. You know, I
So,
can't pick your
I-
side any more than I can the
understand.
state's.
All right. Well, yeah, huh?
Any other evidence you want to present
Uh,
relating to your amended motion to suppress?
Video, yes, video.
Okay,
Yes,
do you have a copy of the
I
video?
do, I have my laptop with the video on it.
Okay, how are we going to enter that into evidence? It's on
She
your
has a copy as
laptop.
well. She gave it to me.
Okay, but
Is she not entering into evidence?
it's your case. You've got to put
I
on your
guess-
case first.
Okay, all right.
So I don't know how, you've got it on your laptop. I mean, is it something, I just don't know how we enter that video into evidence without it being on a thumb drive or something that we can file with the clerk.
Can I not hook my computer into this?
That doesn't record.
I just need to show you, correct?
Well, but then it's not going to be in evidence. I can certainly view
It's
it.
her video. I mean, it came from her.
I
I
understand.
mean, it's a state attorney. I'm not saying her, but it's a
Yes,
state
sir,
attorney.
I understand.
Yeah, I mean,
If I view the video and then Mr. Vordenbaum provides the court with a thumb drive after that, any objection from the state?
Judge, the state's not stipulating to the video at this point. We would need to have the opportunity to view the video and preserve any kind of objections. I still would anticipate objecting to lack of foundation and lack of authentication, Judge.
Okay. Okay, you said that you have the video on
on
your
my
laptop.
laptop.
How long is the video?
The video is probably 40 minutes long, but I need you to see, I don't know, 30 seconds of it.
Okay. You need to show the state what 30 seconds you're
Sure.
seeking to admit into evidence.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then
I-
if the
I
state
don't-
has an objection to that, and then you're going to have to provide, file with the clerk a thumb drive that has that on it, and that will be Defendant's Exhibit B, okay? But you're going to have to show the state what portion you're seeking to enter,
Okay, that's not a problem.
okay? You got it now?
You want to do it? Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. And for the state's planning purposes, on trials the second week, I sent out a on the bench. That's something that judges send throughout the circuit that just say, hey, I need a quick answer on something. Usually it's something that comes before us and everybody's staring at us to make a decision. But I use that tagline and sent it out to all the judges in the First Circuit. And only
No, sir, we need to step outside.
Judge Schlechter.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, I'll wait.
Thank you.
Judge Schlechter responded and said he could help on October 12th and 13th, but I don't think that'll help us any. So I don't think there's any other help other than that.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a reminder that you have set two of Mr. Switek's cases for the October 2nd.
That's a great point. Thank you so much. Mr. Gomez, we do have State versus Gonzalez and State versus Machino that are both scheduled for October 2nd.
I think our intention was that we're trying to ascertain where the victim is in the Gonzalez-Quinsac case. The expectation is that, or the belief is that the victim has been deported. We're trying to nail that down. The anticipation, I think, was to announce on that October 2nd day that if we couldn't find him, then we would be dismissing the case. In terms of Mr. Murchino, there is a potential for, I think there's a high potential for a resolution. However, with Mr. Switek being out of the country, I haven't exactly had the opportunity to speak with him regarding whether or not he would accept the resolution. He had indicated before he left that a probationary offer would resolve the case. However, I haven't confirmed that with him.
Okay.
I'm not
And
sure.
I shouldn't have done this the way that I did it, because there's no way I'm ordering 22 on the Venari for those cases and have them come on the 2nd and then say we didn't need you.
I understand.
So, and you've also got, at this point, you got Mueller, but I guess Mueller may not go because Sabio is going to go.
We'll have McLean, I think, in place of Mueller, Your Honor.
McLean was going to be on Tuesday.
Yes.
Um,
And then Sabio, I think, was going to go Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay, but these two were scheduled for Monday, the 2nd.
Yes, Your Honor.
And,
So,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
yeah,
Your Honor.
please.
I had told Mr. Gomez, given that Mr. McLean is trying to find private counsel, as the defense attorney, I'm ready to proceed on his trial. But if there's something that needs to be moved around and the court wants to continue Mr. McLean, there's going to be no objection from the defense. And Mr. McLean is, I received reciprocal discovery this morning that I have to give to the state. So I'm getting late reciprocal discovery, but I just wanted the court to be aware if it becomes a problem. I know Mr. Sabio was continued from July at the cusp of trial. So if there's any sort of issue, there will be no defense objection on a continuance from Mr. McLean. I know he wants to try to hire private counsel.
Okay, thank you. And the one thing that the court can ex parte on with attorneys is scheduling. Can't do it substantive, but can do scheduling. Mr. Gomez, I'm going to put the burden on you to let me know by Thursday of next week whether I need to have 22 on the Venari here on Monday, October 2nd, for one of...
I would say, just to placeholder it, would be Mr. Machino would be the one that we would be looking to try. I'm 99% confident that Mr. Gonzalez-Quince's case will be null pros because I've had our investigator looking for the
Understand. So we're going to be here at 8:30 on October 2nd, assuming Mueller goes away and is continued. We're going to be here at 8:30 with 22 on the Venari for Machino, unless you tell me otherwise.
By Thursday, by next Thursday.
Correct.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Keach, you ready?
Yes, sir. This is Ms. Davis's case. I think she was outside speaking with somebody, or watching a video.
Oh, it's with her? Okay, well, then we need to wait for her then. Thank you. Ms. Davis, since you're spinning plates, you ready for Mr. Keach's case? Mr. Keach, who's your client?
Jeremy Sains.
Good, thank
Judge.
you. Mr. Sains here?
No, you allowed us to waive his presence today. He, the victim, and all witnesses reside in Texas.
Okay.
And it's my understanding that we continue today. I think you had said that you were subpoenaing the victim to be here today.
That's correct.
So on Sane 23 CF 1464.
Judge, at this point, the state would ask for a continuance on Mr. Sain's case. The concern from the state's perspective, we were not able to confirm that she received the subpoena. That's our position today.
Okay.
Judge, I would like to address that. It's my understanding, I actually spoke with Elizabeth Sains, the victim, on the way to court today. It's my understanding the Office of the State Attorney, or agent thereof, spoke to her last Monday and again yesterday. And on both calls, she's indicated she didn't want to move forward.
Her meaning the
The victim.
victim. Okay.
So your victim advocate spoke to her yesterday. So,
The,
I mean, I don't know what the basis for the continuance would be. I mean, I've been here 3 times in the last 2 weeks on this case.
I understand. Mr. Sain's case, the motion from the state to continue it respectfully is denied. So what does the state wish to do? Do you want to go to trial?
Yes, Judge, I guess we remain set for trial.
Okay, when do you want to go to trial?
At this point, Judge, I would say the end of next week.
Okay, you've got Marsh on Thursday, so it'd have to be Wednesday, right?
Judge, I'm out of town. Like, my understanding, we were on the October 2nd originally, trial week. So I'm out of town until October 1st, the 27th to the 1st.
Okay? The state?
If I can have a few minutes with Mr. Keach.
I can give you her phone number to call
It's
her.
not that,
I mean, she's filed an affidavit with the court. It's in the pleadings that she doesn't want to prosecute my client.
I understand.
And my client's going to have to spend the money to come here
And
for
I
a
can
trial.
only play the hand y'all deal me, and so a motion to continue, I rule on that. There's no other motion before the court that I'm aware of.
if I could just talk to Mr. Keach for a few minutes.
Yes, ma'am. So we'll just pass on that, and you'll let me know?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. We need to finish Mr. Vordenbaum first. Thanks.
Why was,
Ms. Davis?
not internet evidence? Because I haven't, because I've
Yeah,
not.
let's wait for Ms. Davis, and then we'll do that next. When y'all were out, I asked Mr. Keach. I didn't know that Ms. Davis was on his case. So if you'll just give me a minute, hopefully it shouldn't take very long. Mr. Koch,
I'm sorry, Judge.
you okay? Go ahead.
Judge, may I recall my case?
Yes, sir.
I've spoken with the state, and if we could leave it set for jury selection on the October 2nd,
Okay.
and the state has no objection, I'm going to ask, since my client resides out of state, that I waive his presence for jury selection, if the court's okay with that. And I'm also asked the court order the state to have the victim here
Yes,
for
sir.
jury selection.
Right. Okay. The defendant, the alleged victim is ordered to be here on Monday, October 2nd at 8:30.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
And then my client's permitted to be waived.
Is waived, and I'm certainly not going to have a venire.
Yes, Judge.
Can we just put it down as a status?
Yes, Judge.
That'd be fine.
Just as a status, Madam Clerk. Good. Thanks, Mr.
Okay,
Keach.
that's all I have. Maybe excuse.
Yes, sir.
Sorry
Thank
for my
you, sir.
tardiness. I appreciate
No,
it. We'll
not
go
a
to Judge
bit.
Wells first.
I don't know how y'all do it running around.
Yeah. No,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Vordenbaum, okay, let's finish up your motion and, okay, so you showed the state some number of seconds or minutes from that video,
I did.
and you're seeking to enter that into evidence. Okay,
That, and I would like to enter the whole tape of what I showed her into evidence, but for the purpose of what we're doing here, so,
okay, so you're seeking to enter
The entire.
video
yes,
into
yes.
evidence? Okay?
But
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, the state would still object to lack of foundation and lack of authentication.
Okay. And it's the video of, it's a body cam video
it is,
of law enforcement?
yes.
Okay. Okay, any other evidence or any other argument you want to present?
Yes, I do. But-
Wait, hold on one second. Regarding that, the court admitting Defendant's Exhibit B, the video, that body cam, into evidence.
One second, let me think about this for a second. Just the argument that it needs to be into evidence because this is from the police themselves and from the state attorney. It was part of discovery.
Understand? Okay.
So, I mean,
Any other evidence you want to present?
yes,
In support of Exhibit B coming into evidence?
this is where you're gonna get me, huh? This is what it's gonna be? Yeah, there's. So if I don't come up with something, this video is not gonna get in there.
Correct.
Do it get to revisit it? I mean, are you
As
kidding?
far as my
Because this
ruling-
is the basis of this whole,
Okay. If you don't have any other evidence you wish to present to support your motion to admit Defendant's Exhibit B, it's going to be
what
denied.
would it keep it from being in there? I mean, since
You-
it's from,
again, I
you
can't
can't
give
tell me that, huh?
I can't give you legal advice.
Okay. all
If
right,
you
well,
want to, hold on one second. If you want to preserve the record, and so the appellate court knows what we're talking about, you'll need to file with Madam Clerk later a thumb drive that has the body cam video that you are seeking to enter into evidence. Okay? If you don't follow that, then there just won't, it won't be in the
Judge,
record.
I think originally he was seeking for evidence. The video was going to be just a portion of the evidence when he was originally seeking to introduce Defendant's Exhibit B. So I'm not clear now,
Then when he
are we
came
talking
back to-
about seeking the full video as Defense Exhibit B, or are we talking about portions of the video as Defense Exhibit B?
My understanding, Mr. Vordenbaum said that when he left, about only a certain number of seconds. Then when he came back to the lectern, he said he was seeking for the whole body cam.
I am
to be
But
admitted.
then he also was seeking to just have portions of it for Your Honor to view.
That was for today.
Okay, but there's a difference between viewing and entered into evidence, and he was seeking to enter the entire thing. So if you want to preserve the record, you'll need to file a thumb drive with Madam Clerk of that body cam.
Okay, is there a time limit on that? I mean,
Well, before you'd file an appeal, I would think.
okay. Let me get this straight. So this is not going to be entered into evidence right now?
Correct.
All right. And you need something to support it where it can be into evidence, correct? Or if you
I'm
rule
just
on it?
ruling on the motion that I have before me.
Okay.
So
Okay, I got
what is
you.
next that you wish?
Okay, I'm following. You have to excuse me, Your Honor. I'm just, as I'm not an attorney and all that good stuff, but, all right. Man. So y'all don't want to hear, I'm dumbfounded. I mean,
Mr. Vordenbaum, do you still want to represent yourself?
I do because, well, I can't afford it, and I mean, and I shouldn't have to. I mean, this is ludicrous that I'm here.
Mr. Vordenbaum, how much money do you average making a month?
I don't make anything right now. I've not run my business in 6 months because of this.
How long have you been unemployed?
6 months.
Okay. You would qualify for a public defender if you want one. And the cost is $150.
Man, I'm actually floored here. I don't even know where to go here because I mean, I mean, you won't even see this. Oh God, I guess I might have to have one. I mean, I'm absolutely just dumbfounded right now. I can't even talk. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to have an attorney.
Okay. And you make You haven't
Nothing.
had a job for 6 months?
I'm sorry? No, I haven't.
No income for 6 months?
Lost my home and my business.
Okay. I do appoint the public defender to represent you. Mr. McKinney's approaching on your right, maybe. Yes, sir, right.
Okay.
Hey, take a deep breath, you're good. Judge, in being appointed here at jury trial review, just so that I can make some record on procedural history.
Please.
Is this case set for trial next
Yes,
week?
sir. It's set for the 26th. Yes, sir.
Hold on. And this is a one-count information for driving while license suspended?
Yes, sir.
May I have a moment, Judge?
Sir.
Stand.
There's your.
Judge, in being appointed here in the courtroom, given the posture of the case, I do not want to default straight to asking for a continuance. So, can you come back at 1:30?
I can.
Judge, I would ask for this to be recalled at 1:30. I believe the court has a docket then. That way I have a chance to talk to my new client
Okay.
and determine which track we want to go down.
Okay. We have arraignments. Do you want to do it at 2:30 to give you more time, or?
That would be fine, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Vordenbaum, I'll see you back here at 2:30.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Okay. What else do we have for this morning? Anything else? Okay. Okay, so as far as trials, I've got Mr. Vordenbaum on Tuesday. Don't have anything on Wednesday, the 27th. Marsh on 28th. Motions on the 29th. October 2nd, I have both Mueller and Machino. Tuesday, I've got Mueller. Wednesday, I've got Mueller. Thursday, Savio, and then Walls on Friday.
Wednesday, I just want technically Sabio is supposed
I'm
to start
sorry,
Wednesday.
Wednesday is Sabio, yes, sir. Sabio is Wednesday and Thursday. So is Mueller going to be continued?
Your Honor, I think at
can't
this
find
point,
it.
I think at this point, because candidly, we can't talk about substantive issues, but
Right.
the way that I anticipate the motion going in terms of whether or not somebody can appear via Zoom, if the court rules in the state's favor, I anticipate Mr. Lapella asking for a continuance at that point anyways, because they're gonna have to try to get that person from Virginia, I'm assuming. I think given all the cases that we have set right now, I think continuing Mueller with the idea that it is a trial next cycle hard would be the best, because then we can move McLean to Tuesday. Sabio will be freed for Wednesday, Thursday. That also gives the court an additional day on Friday, because it would remove those motions off of Friday if we needed to try a case on Friday as well. We could do that. It just opens up another date. So for example, if something comes up, we can use that date, but also we have Machino on Monday possibly that we can use for Monday as well. We can do McLean on Tuesday, Sabio Wednesday, Thursday, and then Walls on Friday.
Okay, who is the attorney on Mueller?
Mr. Lapella, Your Honor.
Okay. And he was he seeking a continuance for that?
I think he had talked about it just because of all of the motions and things of that nature, but I don't think he actually formally sought the continuance.
Okay. Okay, so I'll get my office to email both him and you and ask if he has any objection to continuing Mueller.
Okay.
Okay? And I'll get her to do that now.
If you want, Your Honor, I could step out and call him and then give you an answer within the next minute.
If
Just
you
so
want
that
to.
we have
Yes,
that.
sir. Certainly, I'll wait for you. We don't need probation anymore this morning, right? Okay? And then we have arraignments at 1:30. Hopefully, we'll get a plea or two, so I'll see y'all at 1:30. Okay?